Shalom. Excuse me. Shalom. Giving all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Shalom to the 144,000 out there and the rest of the elect. Shalom to all. Anyway, this is going to be a response. I didn't even watch the videos, but this is a video that I came across a couple of hours ago, and I called Apostle Ramlab about this video, and I pretty much said these guys are waxing worse and worse. And then, you know, and I said, well, if you want to do something, do something. And he made it relatively short, not even 16 minutes long. Because he said, well, Tahar, you might. I said, no. I said, if the Spirit's on you, go in, go in. I might just copy, you know, I might just record it and download it on my page too, you know. But this is the first thing I noticed. I didn't notice this when I first saw it a couple of hours ago, that this guy right here, he's bald again. There's another guy that's bald. And he has hair. So he has like a worldly hairstyle, which is clear. But these guys, these are the same guys. And this, I believe, was this individual that said, first of all, you women are breaking the law by wearing pants. Well, you're going against the scripture by shaving your head. I mean, what the hell is going on? I see why Apostle Ramlab called it, gave it the title, Oh Boy. I mean, this is madness. I mean, either way, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai can't be dealing with the IUIC. When you see these different hairstyles, let me just show you something. I did a video of IUIC in Germany, and you had the main speaker with he had like dreads on the top, and he was straight up bald. And they'll even tell people about what is that, Leviticus 21:5, about you know, not shaving your head, not put baldness on your head. And they'll say it to old men that might be naturally bald. Yeah, this is another group that I came across. I even mentioned it in one of my videos. I think it was the last video, next to last video. And all these guys that you see, they modeled their style, let's say, after former Westers. So these dudes actually have no holes in the cowboy hats. They actually got, this guy got a fitted, but these two have cowboy hats. But I didn't notice this at first. So let's go.
To me briefly about this video he was watching from IUIC rally. The elements shall melt with fervent heat, and you have to be. But nevertheless, you know, through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, through the Holy Spirit, we are the defenders of the gospel, the true defenders of the gospel.
And that's true. Because none of these other camps do that. They all stay in their lane. If somebody goes, like recently, you had a bunch of men and GMS been going in on Sakari about the faith and the law, you know, that whole question and how different Christians are rolling up on them. And those Christians are absolutely correct, but they're not correct as to all nations being saved, of course. But it is, like it says, the scriptures say, it's the gift of the Most High, lest any man boast, not by works. And it's not by works, because we all committed sin. Now, when you come into this truth, your job is to keep the laws as best as possible, but it's humanly impossible to keep the laws. You can't keep all the laws perfectly. There's a certain way you keep the Passover. If you wanted to keep the laws perfectly, you have to get a group of people that are Israelites, live on an island, have no outside interference at all. You have to grow, you have to raise sheep, goats, lambs, cows and everything. And, you know, when you have the Passover, the 10th day of the month, you got to pick out, you got to set aside for each family, by the way. So there was millions of, you know, white lambs, pure lambs, of 1 year old, of male, without spot. So how many of y'all are doing that? You can't do it unless you're on an island by yourself. And then even if you keep the laws, which now we keep the laws. I don't commit adultery. I don't steal. I haven't stolen anything. I honor the Sabbath to the best of my ability. I honor the high holy days. I don't murder. So these are part of the 10. So you do keep laws, you know, as best that you can. But this is a shadow of things to come when we're going to keep it perfectly. But anyway, the reason why I call Apostle Ramlab, I said it's right around here at 9:23, 9:25. I didn't even get a chance to watch the whole thing. And what they said was what's being taught now. It wasn't taught in IUIC 5 years ago. I did a video on that. 5 years ago, Bishop Nathaniel and the rest of the leaders, they taught that this 5 years ago, so we're talking about 2019 or before, 2019, 18, 17, 16, so forth, that the lake of fire is Babylon the Great on fire by the missiles. So now they say the lake of fire is an eternal hell. Or they say it's a Babylon the Great on fire with the missiles, but it's going to turn into the fiery spiritual hell that you're going to burn in forever. And that includes Israelites. So the name of the video is "The Elements Shall Melt with Fervent Heat." And in this video, he says that he goes into, well, he says that he goes into Babylon, which is America, right? And then he says how the missiles are going to destroy this place. And one of the women out there asked, I forget exactly the words that she said, and he blurted out, one of them blurted out, he said the whole world is going to be on fire. Meaning in the oikoumene sense that the whole world, not Babylon the Great, but the whole planet is going to be on fire. Which that's not in the scriptures. When you go to Isaiah chapter 13, it says the whole land. It didn't say the whole planet. Because if that's the case, then how do you explain Revelation chapter 18? Now, either the Most High is just taking the knowledge away from them, or they took a bag. So let's listen.
The majority of these other people out here, these other Israelite groups, it's like you don't hear them, you don't hear a peep from them unless, you know, it's something dealing with, you know, Great Millstone. You know, then they'll jump all over it. But nevertheless, I'm going to play it, and then we'll deal with it.
About the trumpet sound. So that's after the fact, or
when the trumpet sound, that's when it's time for the angels to come and deliver this place, right, and destroy this place. When you hear the trump of God, that means it's time for destruction. Right. That's right. You with me?
So the whole world just what? I mean, they show so much.
The world destroys us.
Wow.
Right. Give me Zechariah 14 and 20.
He said the whole world. He said the whole world.
Wow.
Give me Zechariah 14 and 12. I'm going to show you what's about to happen. The world as we know it is about to get blown to smithereens.
What you going to do, Sakari? What you going to do, HODC? What you going to do, Wi-Fi? What you going to do? Is that true? He said the whole world is going to be blown to smithereens. He said the whole world, in an oikoumene sense, shall be blown to smithereens. This is blasphemy. This is madness. Oh my! Oh boy! Oh boy! Now, what Apostle Ronald was doing, he was attempting to do Lahab. Lahab did that one time. He laughed. Oh boy! That's why he said it was an inside joke. So I gave you. So it's no longer inside joke. The whole world knows it. Let's listen to this again.
All right. Give me Zechariah 14.
So the whole world just what? I mean, they show so much
The world
stuff.
destroys us.
Wow.
Give me Zechariah.
Yeah, she's scared. That's a fear tactic. The whole planet Earth is going to blow up like the Death Star. And this clown, Vocab Malone, said the same thing. He said it to, I think he said it to me. Because I asked him about Babylon. He said the Babylon is the system. It's the whole world is going to be destroyed. So it's going to blow up like, it's going to explode like the Death Star in Star Wars.
Around 14 and 12. I'm going to show you what's about to happen. The world as we know it is about to get blown to smithereens.
Come on, y'all. Come on. The only people that stand up to this is the men of GMS. He said the world as we know it. What is it? TEOTWAKI. Let me see. TEOTWAKI. The world as we know it. What is that? TEOTWAKI? Let me do this. It's an end of the world as we know it. Okay, give me this. Give me this here. Okay. The end of the world. Right. TEOTWAKI. The end of the world as we know it. A catastrophic event that destroys the existing institutions and forms and norms of society. So he said it. He said the end of the world as we know it. TEOTWAKI means the whole earth is going to be, what does it say in Ecclesiastes 1? So this is madness, man. These guys are waxing worse and worse. And you can't tell these guys nothing because they've been trained to believe that they have the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Romans chapter 11, 25 and 26. It says, "Lest ye be wise in your own conceit," meaning I got it right. You know, I'm IUIC. It's right because IUIC said so. Why do you say he's a rat? Because Sonny Black says he was a rat. Inside joke.
It's like around 14 and 12. I'm going to show you what's about to happen. The world as we know it is about to get blown to smithereens.
Oh man, so pretty much they're teaching a Vocab Malone doctrine that the whole world is going to blow up like the Death Star on one of the Star Wars series. So pretty much they're saying that the whole world is going to blow up. And then after the whole world, after you go through all that horror, then you're going to burn in hell.
You understand what I'm saying? That's why we out here, sisters. We out here to wake you up so you won't get burnt to fire. Right. So when Christ come back and destroy this.
And see, the thing about these guys, they mimic what the leader, Bishop Nathaniel, says. They mimic. And I'm going to say this. Bishop Nathaniel is spiraling out of control. He's a madman. He's spiraling out of control. He loses sleep at night because of the men of GMS. Because last week, inside joke, last week, he we listened to him, and he started railing on us. Man, he didn't mention our names, but he was definitely talking about us. He's spiraling out of control. Let me look that up. That's another topic. And I wake up. I say, you know what? I'm not gonna get on IUIC. Let me get on Sakari or ISUBK. Hey, ISUBK. I was watching ISUBK. Actually, Captain Tazariak. He was having a little debate with this guy Tony Evans, and he puts up videos for Geno Jennings, Pastor Geno Jennings or whatever. So they had like a little debate thing. So people were calling in, and I said, damn. I said, Captain Tazariak, I got some real patience. Somebody put in the comment section, Captain Tazariak has the patience of a sniper. Because I said I couldn't deal with this. I couldn't be in his seat dealing with, with a straight face. These black Christians, which are complete, they were driven to school in that short yellow bus. I call it the pickle bus. People, Jakes that are Christians, you already know they don't know the scriptures. Edomites that come with you with the scriptures, they know the scriptures. When you mention a certain scriptures, they know where it's at. They can quote it for you. But a Negro, he don't know the scriptures. And he'll quote scriptures here and there and not even understand them. Esau will quote a scripture and understand it. So let me come here. Let me look up the word. Spiraling out of control. Spiraling out of control, meaning.
According to Cambridge Dictionary, Cambridge University Press and Assessment, if a situation spirals out of control, it becomes impossible to control because one bad event causes another. The project spiraled out of control, running $300 million over budget.
Okay, so let me read it again. If a situation spirals out of control, or a person spirals out of control, it becomes impossible to control because one bad event causes another. So he's saying that the whole earth is going to be destroyed. One time he's saying Babylon is going to be destroyed. The rest of the world can see it. So now my question is, and I'm going to go to it in a minute, Revelation chapter 18. Who are the merchants that's going to see them from afar off? So now you got to come up with another lie. You got to make something else up. Please address this tomorrow evening. And while you're at it, you said that the tribe of Dan got mixed in with the tribe of Benjamin. How'd you say? The tribe of Benjamin got mixed in with the tribe of Dan. So Danites are really Benjaminites and Benjaminites are really Danites. They didn't mix with any other tribe. I would like the scripture on that. Book, chapter, and verse. While you at it, tomorrow. The project spiraled out of control, running $300 million over budget. There is a great deal of evidence that internet gambling is spiraling rapidly out of control. Let me do this. He is spiraling out of control. To keep getting worse in a way that is hard to stop or fix. Her drinking problem is spinning out of control. Let me go to images. I don't like these images. Can hardly see that. My emotions are spiraling out of control. I never promised I would be logical at a time like this. Because he's not being logical. Because he's got to explain this. He's got to explain. Matter of fact, let me come back over here. We're going to take him to the funny farm, man. You'll be hearing that song. They're coming to take you away. Ha ha. They're coming to take you away. Hoo hoo. Hee hee. Ha ha. To the funny farm. Put you in that room, that white padded cell with a straight jacket on and feed you applesauce and medication. You got to calm down. You're moving too fast. Slow it down, man. Slow it down. Okay, where am I going to go? Okay, so if the whole planet Earth is going to be destroyed, it's going to blink, like the brother said, the world as we know it, TEOTWAKI, is going to blow up to smithereens. So let's go to, what did I say I was going to go? I was going to go to Revelation 18, but I was going to go someplace else. Yeah, Revelation 18. Revelation chapter 18. See, now when we do these videos, we pretty much analyze different videos, do a lot of analytical stuff. Okay. And after these things, I saw another angel come down from heaven, having a great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen, and has become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird. Now, this is also mentioned in Isaiah 13, if I'm not mistaken, in Isaiah 34, and I believe it's the 16th verse. When it says in Isaiah 13, matter of fact, let me go to that. I know for sure it's in Isaiah chapter 34, verses 16. Let me go to Isaiah 13. The aftermath of this destruction. Okay, so it keeps saying this whole chapter is dedicated to the complete downfall of Babylon the Great. It said it shall be when the Most High overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. Okay, it shall, here it is right here, 20th verse. It shall never be inhabited, neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation. We're talking about America. Neither shall the Arabian pitch tent there, neither shall the shepherd make their fold there. But wild beasts, Revelation 18, 1 and 2, actually 2, of the desert shall lie there, and their houses shall be full of doleful creatures. Where their houses were, because everything's going to be laid flat. It's going to become the elements shall melt with fervent heat. What Isaiah is seeing is the United States after the smoke, the fire stopped, subsided, and the smoke cleared, and what he saw was a desert. And owls shall dwell there, and satyrs shall dance there, and the wild beasts of the island. So the islands are going to remain, shall cry in their desolate houses, and dragons in their pleasant palaces. Where your palaces, your buildings were, you're going to have all these desert-like creatures. And her time is near to come, and her days shall not be prolonged. Now, understand this. Isaiah didn't know this. Isaiah thought it was talking about the current Babylon that the prophets were living in. During the Babylonian Empire, you had a handful of major prophets that was living during that time. Just like now, the majority of the major prophets are here right now. I don't know who they are. So he didn't understand that this was talking about America. Same thing with Jeremiah. Jeremiah described this Babylon being destroyed as Sodom and Gomorrah was overthrown. Matter of fact, let me do this. Let me just put in Sodom and Gomorrah. Sodom and Gomorrah. We was down there in the village. There's a village, and that's a wild place. It was a lot of, and it was so wild down there that Ariel went to the camp, and he told me, you ain't going to fucking Greenwich Village no more. The first time he went, because it was just nasty down there. Okay, so now, let's come on down. Okay, this is almost 90, 100 pounds, 100 times. 93. Isaiah 13, I just read that. Let me see something. Deuteronomy 29, 23. And that the whole land, therefore, is brimstone and salt and burning, and that have sworn up and breatheth, grass groweth, like the overthrow of Sodom and Gomorrah, Admah, and Zeboam. Right, Sodom, Gomorrah, Admah, and Zeboam. There was one more. These are the two major cities which Yahweh overthrew in his anger and in his wrath. And that the whole land, you know what I got to do? Let me open this up. So that generations come of your children that shall rise up after you, and the stranger that shall come from far land shall say, when they see the plagues of that land and the sickness which the Lord have laid upon it, I'm not going to go crazy over this, but let's bring this back. Isaiah 13, Jeremiah 49 and 18, as in the overthrow of Sodom and Gomorrah and the neighboring cities. It mentioned Admah and Zeboam. Thereof saith the Lord, no man shall abide there, neither shall a son of man dwell there. Not talking about the whole planet Earth. It says the earth abideth forever. You're gonna see people on the earth from a distance looking at the smoke rising up from Babylon. Edom equates to Babylon. Psalms 137, 17 verse. Also Edom shall be a desolation. Edom is talking about Babylon the Great. Isaiah chapter 34 calls it the land of Edom. Everyone that goeth by it, this is after Jeremiah seeing the vision of this place being destroyed, and after the smoke clears, it shall be astonished and shall hiss at all her plagues. It's talking about, there's two places that's going to be utterly destroyed. America and Palestine, but Palestine is going to be built back up. As in the overthrow of Sodom and Gomorrah and the neighboring cities thereof, saith the Yahweh, no man shall abide there, neither shall a son of man dwell in it. Behold, he shall come up like a lion from the swelling of Jordan against the inhabitants of the strong. But he is Yahweh Shai, but I will suddenly make him run away from her. And who is the chosen man that I may appoint over her? For who is like me, and who will appoint me the time? And who is that shepherd that will stand before me? The Lord say, ain't nobody, I'm going to take this place out, man. And ain't no man going to be able to do what I'm going to do. Therefore, hear the counsel of Yahweh that he have taken against Edom. And his purpose, that he have purpose against the inhabitants of Teman, which is a tribe of Edom. Surely the least, we know who that is, of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their habitation desolate. Because of what Palestine is doing, the land of Palestine, they say, is doing, is going to lead to the utter destruction of this place. With them, the earth is moved. When is the only time the whole earth is moved? When the missiles hit Babylon the Great. At the noise of their fall, at the cry, the noise thereof was heard in the Red Sea. Right, it goes on to say, Bozrah, a city of Edom, and at that time, at that day, shall the mind of the mighty men of Edom be as the heart of a woman in her pains. I don't got to read no more. But it ain't talking about the whole planet Earth is going to blow up to smithereens. IUIC is clearly going off, but they'll get mad. Why they always got to make videos on us? Because you always go off. Jeremiah 50 and 40. As the Most High overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah and the neighboring cities thereof, saith Yahweh, so shall no man abide there. Where? Babylon the Great. Neither shall any son of man dwell therein. Amos 4 and 11. I have overthrown some of you as Sodom and the Most High overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah, and ye were as the firebrand plucked out of the burning, yet have ye not returned unto me, saith Yahweh. Talking about Israel. Some of y'all going to be saved. So now let me go to Revelation 18. I'm sorry. I want to come all the way down here. It says, reward her even as she has rewarded thee, and double unto her double according to her works. In the cup which she hath filled to her double. How much she hath glorified herself and lived deliciously. They ain't talking about the whole world. The whole world's not living deliciously. It's the elite of Babylon the Great. Therefore shall her, Babylon the Great, plagues come in one day, death, mourning, and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire for strong is the Lord, that Yahweh that judges her. Here it is, lament for Babylon. 9th verse. And the kings of the earth have who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her shall bewail her. So wait a minute, how they gonna bewail her, these kings of the earth, if the whole earth blew up into smithereens? And lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning. Where are they going to see it from? They're going to all jump on shuttle ships? No, they're going to be around the world. Everything around the world is going to be breaking news around the world. They're going to watch it on TV. Like when the World Trade Center went down, that was breaking news all over the planet. All over the planet. It says, standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, alas, alas, that great city Babylon, which is the U.S., that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come. The 1 hour, if all the missiles were shot at the same time on America, it would take less than an hour. The 1 hour represents a decimate, a 1 in 10. So a 10th part of the city is going to fall, then another second 10th part, then a third part of the 10, then the fourth part of the 10, and then the 5th part, and then the 9th part, and then the whole city is going to be destroyed. So when, and we're going to see how it's going to go. I see it like that, because it says the 10th part of the city fell. The 10th part. So you get the word decimate. Look up the word decimate. 1 of 10. So let's say the East Coast gets wiped away. You're going to have, the other states trying to work out a deal to stop the war. But then, about a minute, 5 minutes later or whatever, they're going to hit it. They're going to hit it again. Then they're going to hit it. Then they're going to eventually hit the whole place. That's why it said a 10th part of the city fell in Revelation chapter 11. Because like I said, if all the missiles were to be shot on Babylon the Great at the same time, it ain't going to take no hour. It will be set on fire immediately. The elements will melt with fervent heat immediately. And the fire is going to be billowing, the smoke is going to be billowing for months, maybe a year. And that's when the kingdom is established, you're going to be on the other side of the world and you're going to be able to see the smoke. Because why are they going to get smoked? Let me jump down to the 15th verse. The merchants of these things which were made rich by her shall stand afar off. Where they stand? On another planet? Where they going to be on the moon? They're in different places around the world. Let me bring out the map for you clowns. Okay, let me open this up. Okay, here we go. This is Babylon the Great. This is not Babylon the Great. This is Babylon the Great. This is not Babylon the Great. This is not Babylon the Great. The missiles are going to be shot right here from Russia. Russia will be around. Russia's not going to be destroyed. Africa's not going to be destroyed. The Middle East is not. Palestine will be destroyed, but be built back up. The Arab nations are not going to be destroyed. Australia is not going to be destroyed. The islands are not going to be destroyed, although some of them will probably be destroyed. But it doesn't say that. 2 places will be utterly destroyed. Palestine and America. But Palestine is going to be built back up. So they clearly going off. Greenland is going to be intact. Ain't nobody going to shoot missiles on Greenland or Iceland. So this is complete madness. And then what Bishop Nathaniel is going to do, he's going to hunker down and he's going to go into more scriptures to prove his point because of his pride. And he's spiraling out of control, man. And the reason why that's happening, because you don't have any leadership. You don't have any guys that'll check you. Remember, the Apostle Paul checked Peter, and Peter was over the Apostle Paul. You're supposed to have guys to check you. Myself, Apostle Gabar, Apostle Ricard. Matter of fact, I spoke to Apostle Ricard and Elder Ariala out of Dallas, Texas, for hours straight last week after the Gabar and them left. He called me out of the blue. We were talking for an hour straight, and I was talking to the Elder Ariala. So you heard what this man said. And because of pride, they're gonna tighten down. At this particular point, these guys are not prophets because they're, the scriptures speak about they shall not wear a rough garment to deceive. Let's listen to some more.
This place, when he said, give me Matthew 10:20.
And it sounded like he said Jehoshua.
Right. So when Christ come back and destroy this place, he said, give me Matthew 10:28. Let me show y'all something. We can't play around with Christ. Because with Christ...
That's all you guys do is play around with the Most High.
Judgment on this earth, your soul is going to burn forever. Right. Y'all understand what I'm saying? Y'all hear what I said? Your soul is going to burn forever.
Yep, that's that scare tactic.
It's a scare tactic. Now, if you go back to 2019, 2018, 2017, 2016, the leader of the IUIC was not teaching that. They were teaching that the lake of fire is the U.S. on fire by the missiles. And they never said, oh, it's also an eternal hell that your soul burns in forever. So let's say that's the case, that there is an eternal hell that your soul burns in forever, and that includes Israelites. That means if the Lord came back and brought the judgment back, or they brought the judgment on this system back in, let's say, 2019, 2018, all you guys would be burning in hell. Or you'd be in that deep sleep for 1,000 years, and then you're going to wake up and you're going to wind up in an eternal hell. It sounds like he's making it up as he goes along. Get your lesson straight, my man. Because we see where you're going off. These guys don't see what that you're going off because they see you as God. They fancy him as a God. This man is spiraling out of control.
Roman Catholic scare tactic. So he said the whole earth pretty much is going to blow.
Roman Catholic scare tactic. Roman Catholic scare tactic. RCST. Oh, that's a RCST. Roman Catholic scare tactic.
So the Lord's going to blow the earth to smithereens, which is bugged out. But nevertheless, I don't know what's going on. These guys are compromised. And then you got like this trend going on in Israel where, especially the Sakari, they're being bombarded by these Christians and being made to look foolish when it comes to the keeping the law 100%, which we cannot do. But
we cannot, because even Paul said as far as the law of Pharisee, that's in Philippians. And the Apostle Paul said that he said it was not me that sinneth, but sin that dwelleth in me. Now, do we sin willfully? No, because the Most High programmed us to go off. It's not me that doeth it, but sin that dwelleth in me. Because in the kingdom, are we going to will ourselves to keep the law perfectly? No. The Most High is going to program us to keep the law perfectly. Man's goings of the Lord, how can a man then understand his own way?
I want to just address the blowing up of the earth part. I'm not going to even touch that part. I'm going to read this here, and this is pretty much where he's getting that from, that the whole earth is going to blow up. 2 Peter 3:10. But the day of the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua will come as a thief in the night, in the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat, and the earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up. So he's pretty much saying that the whole earth is going to be burned and blown up to smithereens. Now, when you read up above this, right, when you go to the 5th verse, you can start at the 1st verse. When you go to the 5th verse, it says, "For this they willingly are ignorant of," this is dealing with the scoffers, the mockers, "that by the word of the Most High the heavens were of old, and the earth standing out of the water and in the water, whereby the world that then was, being flowed with water, perished." Right. So you had Noah, you had his sons, their wives, the people back then. You had empires, you had religions, you had idol worship, you had, all different type of stuff going on, rulerships and all of that. And then you had the flood came and destroyed them. And after the flood seceded, should I say, then the earth was still there, was still the same earth, but all of the works, the heavens that were there,
subsided.
The rulerships, the people that were there, the animals, everything, every religious rite and everything that was there was all destroyed at that time. But the earth, it was still the same earth, but it was just about to be under new management and repopulated. So this is what the Apostle Peter is saying, that this is what's going to happen again, but this time it's going to be by fire. So it's not another earth, it's the same earth, but it's just under new management. It says, "But the heavens and the earth which are now, by the same word, are kept in store, reserved unto fire against the day of judgment and perdition of ungodly men." So it says, "But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat, and the earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up." So basically they're saying that it's going to be destroyed forever. All right? It's going to be blown to smithereens. You heard them yourself. You could go back and listen to it. Now, I got a couple of scriptures that I know.
Where the hell are we going to come back to in Revelation 21:1? Huh? Where are we going to get the slaves at? Is the Most High going to have all these different nations on another planet? And we just going to where are we going to take them? We're going to take them to Mars? The kingdom of heaven is going to be on Mars? This shit doesn't make any sense. If you could use your head for something other than a hat rack, you see it. You people get caught up in the moment. Jake is too fucking emotional. You're too goddamn emotional. That's why when somebody you think perceives somebody look at you cross-eyed, you want to blow them away. Y'all motherfuckers, Steven Spielberg was right about you niggas. He made that movie Gremlin. Gremlins was talking about you. And he showed you in the movie, and Yeshua used to love to talk about that when it came out. He said the way they got you, they put you in the movie theater, they locked the movie theater up, you was watching Snow White and the Seventh Dwarf, acting like niggas throwing popcorn and shooting one another. And the guy and the girl, they set the movie on fire with them in it. And then Mogwai, they said, this guy, he's waving the American flag. That represents Uncle Tom, a Sambo. Actually a Sambo. So Esau can make movies and put it right in your face, and you watching a movie, not realizing that it's talking about your stupid ass. Great title, Oh Boy. Oh boy. These dudes are waxing worse and worse.
Actually, one popped in my mind, then I went to the red letter, to the red Bible, should I say, not the red letter. And I followed a couple of the precepts, really good precepts, so I just grabbed those up to bring more edification to the lesson. Ecclesiastes 1:4, one generation passeth away, and another generation cometh, but the earth abideth forever. So the earth is going to always be here. You know, and that is an ordinance from the Most High, because he created the earth.
On earth as it is in heaven. The kingdom is going to be on this earth. The changing of the God is going to be on this earth. Translated from one to another, from one power to another. Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth it. The word world goes back to the Greek in the New Testament. The word is eon, which means a time of rulership.
For man's service, for man to live in, you know. And the Lord said that the earth will always be here. Psalms 115 and 16, the heaven and even the heavens are the Lord's. Yahweh Bashem Shais. But the earth has He given to the children of men, right? And that's not going to change. The earth is always going to be here. The next precept I have is Psalms 104. I'm going to read from the first verse. The point is a little further down. Bless Yahweh Bashem Shai, O my soul, O Lord my power. Thou art very great. Thou art clothed with honor and majesty. Who covereth thyself with light as with a garment. Who stretcheth out the heavens like a curtain. Who layeth the beams of the chambers in the waters. Who maketh the clouds his chariot. Who walketh upon the wings of the wind. Who maketh the angel spirits his ministers a flaming fire. Right, because angels and all of us, our spirits, they saw fire. This is the point. Who laid the foundations of the earth, that it should not be removed forever. Right. So the earth is always going to be here, but it's going to be under new management. All right. And that's what they don't understand. And that was never taught at One West. So I don't know where the hell this spirit is coming from. Well, I know where it's coming from. Them seducing spirits and them spirits of taking that purse.
Doctrines of devils.
Psalms 119 and 90. Thy faithfulness is unto all generations. Thou hast established the earth, and it abideth, or it standeth, or it will remain. It will always be here. Beautiful. Beautiful. That's another good one. Genesis 8:22. While the earth remaineth, seed time and harvest, and the cold and heat, and summer and winter, and day and night shall not cease. Right. And we still see the ordinances even to this very day. All right. So it says,
yeah. Now, what a couple of precepts just came to mind. Standard precepts, I'll say. I mean, you can read the rest of this. I'll hit the points that they're going to be afar off. 15 verse again. The merchants of these things after the missiles hit this place, which were made rich by her, like China became rich through America. and around the world, but mainly America, because Americans are basically consumers. They'll buy shit just because it's there. So stand afar. They showed you that in the movie, The Fight Club. How this guy was buying he had a good job. He's buying all this different shit. So what happened was the Ed Norton guy, the Brad Pitt guy, was his alter ego. It wasn't two guys in the movie. It was his alter ego. It says, "Shall stand afar off for the fear of a torment." What torment? A place being on fire, weeping and wailing, and saying, "Alas, alas, that great city that was clothed in fine linen and purple, royal, rich." You know, back in the day, everybody dreamed to come to America, and scarlet, and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls. For in 1 hour, so great riches is come to naught, and every shipmaster and all the company in ships and sailors, and as many as trade by the sea, stood afar off. So how in the fuck are you going to stand afar off when the whole earth is going to be destroyed altogether? Destroyed unto smithereens. It said, and cried when they saw the smoke. Who? The ship people, the rich people, the people that became merchants that made money through America. Because they're crying because they ain't going to make no more money. And it's going to tell you that. If I didn't read it or pass it. It said, what city is like unto this great city? And they cast dust on their heads. That's an old custom of mourning. Back in the ancient world, you would take, especially in the Levant, you would pull your beard out, you would take dust and put it on your head, and cried, weeping and wailing, saying, "Alas, alas, that great city wherein were made rich all that had ships, the merchants, in the merchant marines, in the sea, by reason." Everything comes over here by the sea. Most of the stuff that come to us, it comes to the West Coast. Why? Because China, the uttermost east to the uttermost west. You got China that's coming from the east, selling to the east of America, which is the west, if you can understand. Because they're going eastbound, but they're going to the west side of America. It says, wherein were made rich all that had ships in the sea, by reason of her costliness, for in 1 hour is she made desolate, becoming nothingness. Elements shall melt with fervent heat. So they're gonna be watching. They're gonna be watching it. They go, "Oh, this is a sad day." They're gonna have. They got 1,000. They got 1,000 news. I'm just throwing that number up. They got 1,000 news companies all around the world, and when this place is destroyed, they're gonna have last-minute negotiations to try to stop this Russia from shooting missiles. But meanwhile, they're not going to realize that the NATO and EU nations that possess missiles, they're going to shoot missiles on it too. Revelation 17 to 12. So you got to get this story together. See, going back to Bishop Nathaniel, the reason why you're spiraling out of control is because everybody's kissing your ass and they're not checking you. They're not checking you. I never kissed the leadership's ass. I used to tell them that they were going off. Okay, that's something that your men don't do. And they're not your friends. They are not your friends. You hear me? They are not your friends. They're looking for opportunity. It said, and they cast dust on their heads and cried, weeping and wailing, saying, "Alas, alas, that great city for 1 hour. See, reason and costliness for 1 hour Rejoice over her, thou. Now, who's to rejoice? While they're mourning because they ain't going to make no more money, who's going to be rejoicing? We're going to be rejoicing. The elect. Rejoice over her, thou heaven, and ye holy apostles. And there's only 4 apostles on the planet right now. We're looking for the other 8. Inside, just joking. Apostle is just a position. It's just a name. It just simply means sent forth. That's all it means. Bishop Nate, if you want to call yourself an apostle, go right ahead. Go right ahead. Stop playing around and go ahead and magnify yourself to an apostle. So I can hit you with Revelation chapter 2. Read that from the first verse. Apostle and prophets. These current elders of GMS and priests and so forth, they're the prophets. The bishops. For the Most High have avenged you on her. And a mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone and cast it into the sea, saying, thus saith Yah, thus with violence shall that great, not the whole earth. The angel's not going to throw a millstone and the earth is blown to smithereens. Smithereens. I haven't heard that word in years, since I was a kid. I'm going to blow it right into smithereens. Thus, with violence shall that great city, Babylon, be thrown down and shall be found no more at all. It ain't talking about the whole planet Earth. It ain't talking about TEOTWAKI, the world as we know it. And the kingdom is going to be established on earth. When you go to Revelation 21, it said New Jerusalem came down from heaven. If they came down from heaven, New Jerusalem represent Israel, the elect that's been beamed up into them ships. We're going to come back on the earth and we're going to take the earth over. How are we going to get them slaves, Hawk? If the whole earth was blown into smithereens. That's fucking stupid. Let's listen to a little bit more. But this is what happens when you spiral out of control. And that pride is eating you. That pride. That pride of yours. That damn pride. It's eating you like a cancer. Like a canker.
They continue this day according to thy ordinances for all are thy servants. Right. So from that point that the Lord created the earth on the third day, it's still here, and it will always be here because it was created to be here forever. Now when we go to
it was created to be here forever. The sun is not going to burn out. If you in the system, them jakes that been in the system, they'll be saying, I'm going to be in this bitch until the sun burn out. That's what New York, like in the Tombs and the Rikers and all that, they going back and forth upstate. He said, I'm going to be in this motherfucker until the sun burn out. I mean, you're going to be in this bitch for a long time.
Revelation 21. Matter of fact, before I go there, I go back to 2 Peter 3. So we read that, the 10th verse. Let's go to 11. Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons ought ye to be in all holy conversation and godliness? We're supposed to be speaking about the words, prophecies, things of that nature. Looking for and hastening unto the coming of the day of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. And they
right, the heavens is talking about the mushroom cloud. So the Apostle Peter saw the mushroom cloud. The Apostle Paul saw the mushroom cloud. John on the Isle of Patmos saw the mushroom cloud. Isaiah saw the mushroom cloud.
Show in different movies, you see different scenes of this wall of fire coming through and burning down buildings and cars and all of that, and people and all of that. Nevertheless, we, according to his promise, look for new heavens and a new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness. So they'll say, well, see, it's talking about new heavens and a new earth because this one's going to blow up. No. When you go to this word new, right, this is why you have to understand words, but they don't like looking up words.
Oh, well, that of the new name. And the new earth is talking about the earth is going to be renewed. Just like the Lord's name is going to be renewed. It's a name that was given to him from the beginning, but it's going to be renewed. It's going to become popular again.
It's too hard for them. Kainos, new as respect form, recently made, fresh, recent, unused, unworn. Then you have as respect substance of a new kind, unprecedented, novel, uncommon, unheard of. So it's going to be new in the fact that it's going to be refreshed. All right, it's going to be refreshed, renewed, refurbished.
You can take an old beat up house and you don't got to tear the house down and build another house. You can cut out, if you're in the building houses, you can cut out all the rotted wood, the old bricks, and you might use 25% of the house got to be, bricks got to be thrown out. The pillars got to be, the roof got to be done. So basically you rebuild the house. All the stuff that's rotted out, you take it out and you put new stuff in there and you fortify it. And then what does it become? A new house. It's a new house again.
Innovated. All right. Revelation 21:1. And I saw a new heaven and a new earth, for the first heaven and the first earth were passed away.
Right. The first heaven and the first earth represent this man, Esau. The new heaven and the new earth is going to be when we rule, but under Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai.
And there was no more sea. Right. So this is the new heaven and the new earth, meaning everything is going to be under new management. Right, under Yahushua and the Israelites, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua and the Israelites. And I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from heaven, coming down from the Most High out of heaven, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband. So this New Jerusalem represents the elect that are going to be.
Yeah, because what he saw was a gigantic ship, Yahushua's ship coming back down to take over the whole planet Earth. Then you're going to have these Edomites and these different nations. They're going to fight against us, and we're going to have spiritual power. And then we're going to jack up we're going to kill a certain amount of them through that power. And then they're just going to give out. They're going to say, look, we can't deal with them. We might just give it up, turn it loose.
With that, when the destruction comes, they're going to be beamed up into Yahushua's chariot, and then they're going to be changed and refreshed, renewed. It's not a new people; it's the same people, just a new rulership, as the elder just put.
Another precept just came to mind. It was in Isaiah 40. 40. I don't want to read most of this. Give me a second. Let me do this. Let me do this. Okay. I'll read the last verse. But they that wait upon Yahweh shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary, and they shall walk and not faint. Let me look up the word renew. The new moon, the Most High doesn't destroy the moon and give you build a new moon. Well, this moon was different from the moon last. No, it's the same moon, but it appears to be a moon new because of its cycles. That's why it's called a new moon. Same thing with the Lord's name. The Lord's name is Yahweh Shai forever. Yahweh's his name forever. He told Moses that this is my name forever. Renew. The word there is chalap. Chalap. Not kalap, but chalap. To pass on or away, pass through, pass by, go through, go up. Change, to go on from, to pass on quickly, to pass away, finish, to come on a new, sprout again of grass, to pass through, to overstep, transgress, to cause, to pass, change, to change, substitute, alter, or change, for better. When you come into this truth, you come as a new creature. Renew or refresh. To show newness of tree. When the trees chop down, the branches fall into the ground and they become new trees. So, you know, the IUIC is not just off, they're way off. They're way off. And they're waxing worse and worse, as the scriptures say.
So now when we scroll down to the word New Jerusalem, what do you have? The same word, kainos. Right? So it's not going to be a new heaven and a new earth. It's not going to be a new Jerusalem.
Jerusalem is a people before it's a place. New Jerusalem are the same people, Israel, being renewed. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not they shall walk and not faint. They shall run and not be worried. We're gonna be terrestrial / celestial. We are angels in bodies, but the bodies that we in are chains. But the new body is going to be a superhuman body. We're going to come like the Marvel comic book characters, and you got DC and Marvel. We're going to have those powers. And that's why these people, these Jays, want to be us.
It's going to be Israelites that are going to be refreshed, restored, renewed. 1 Corinthians 15:51, behold, I show you a mystery. We shall not all sleep, but we shall be changed. And that's the point, the change part. In a moment, in the twinkling of an eye, at the last trump, for the trumpet shall sound, and the dead shall be raised incorruptible, and we shall be changed. Why? Because we have this corruptible.
The dead shall be changed, and corruptible meaning corruptible meaning we're not gonna die. We're not gonna. You get old because of free radicals. You get old because of free radicals and and inflammation and acidity. Let me look up the word free radicals. That's why when you eat a balanced diet, which is not too alkaline, but alkaline enough where your body doesn't get old. See, certain people, they get old as hell. I got twins. You got one looking old as hell, the other one looking young. Because the one that looks young took care of himself or herself. Let me do this. There's lessons within lessons. What does free radicals do to the body? See if the woman gonna speak. Free radicals can be harmful to the body in high concentrations, damaging cells, because you get damage on the cellular level. Components like DNA, protein, and cell membranes. This damage can lead to oxidative stress, which is a process that can damage all cell structures. You get destroyed on the cellular level. Niggas don't know that. That's why we got to tell you. That's why we here. Oxidative stress can contribute to the development of chronic and degenerative diseases such as cancer, damage to the DNA caused by the free radicals may play a role in the development of cancer. You diagnosed with cancer, change your what's his name? Dr. Bobby, what's his name? What's the brother's name? Bobby something. This brother that be on the thing. Bobby Price, Dr. Bobby Price. He said something. Somebody was interviewing him. He said, "What would you do if you found out you got cancer?" He said, "The first thing I'd do is leave America." Now, what he meant by that is, America is a stressful place. It's also a polluted place. There's certain, like beef. Do you know Koreans don't even buy American beef because it's crap. They buy it from other parts of the world. The food that we eat is complete crap. That they don't even allow it to be sold in other countries. So we're living on the mercies of the Most High. It says when free radicals build up and start stealing electrons, those molecules in turn become unstable. De Marino says that leads to cellular damage done to the DNA level. So when your body is experiencing oxidative stress, which is free radicals, in a particular area, we find signs of aging and disease. Let's listen to a little bit more.
Flesh that shall be changed for an incorruptible flesh, or this mortal flesh that will be changed for an immortal flesh. And when you look up this word changed, right, the word change is the word alasso, which is to change, to exchange one thing for another, to transform. Now, what does transform mean? To change the form. So in other words, here it is where these bodies fall apart, they get sick. They get, it just goes through, it degenerates, right? the Lord is going to change it to an immortal.
Through oxidative stress, free radicals, acidity, and inflammation. All sicknesses start from inflammation.
Body, which
wear and tear the body. Eating bad foods.
Does not decay, does not fall apart, does not get disease. So it's the same spirit, same people, but just renewed, refreshed. All right?
And if anybody tries to hit us over the head, nothing's going to happen. Try to shoot us with a gun, it's going to bounce off. So you can't defeat us. We're going to be angels in bodies. Extraterrestrials, supermen, and superwomen. And our women are going to be super too.
You look up the word transform, it says make a thorough or dramatic change in the form, appearance, or character of, right? Because we're going to be changed. The laws are going to be put into our inward parts. We're no longer going to be in these chains of darkness. We're no longer going to go off anymore. So we're going to, in respect, we're going to be transformed or renewed, you know, made different. You know, different character. You know, not going to go off anymore. Not going to be having them evil thoughts. Not going to be looking at brothers sideways. You know, new appearance. Because we're going to have those, for lack of better words, extraterrestrial bodies. You know, and even it's going to be even greater than King David. King David has spiritual power, but he was still in the flesh. He was still, you know, he still can go off. We're not going to go off. We're going to be mighty like David, but we're not going to go off. That's the difference. You know, the appearance, change in the form, right? Because it's going to be from mortal to immortal. So this new Jerusalem is talking about the same Jerusalem, but just refreshed, renewed, reinvigorated.
Just like the name, the new name. Yahweh's new name is the old name.
You know, so that's what it's talking about. So this new heaven and the new earth is talking about under new management, because the powers of this world are going to be transferred or translated over to Yahushua, and he's going to give us a piece of it, because somebody put it up a little while ago, Revelation 5 and 10. I know, so I just saw it, kind of glanced upon it right here. It says Revelation 5 and 10, and has made us unto our power kings and priests, and we shall reign on the earth. Right? So we're going to reign on the earth. All right, we're going to reign on you warriors. You know, we're going to reign on the earth, the bottom line. So it's not going to be, you know, a new heaven and a new earth, totally brand new. Now Yahushua destroyed it. Now him and the angels got to go back and make all the elements form back together to create a new earth, which they can do that if they want, but that's not what the Lord is going to do. He said the earth is going to abide forever.
So meanwhile, when they building the new earth and all that, we're going to have these other nations on planets. You see what happens? You see what happens? This is what happens when you spiral out of control. Anyway, with that, I'm going to say shalom.